Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the 3. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. Bane passes to Morant. Here's Edey. Şengün covering. Edey gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Brooks finds Green. Brooks setting a pick for Green. And Green slams it in.
Let me tell you this. If you got a vertical leap of 40 inches like Green, you're just going to be able to glide to the rim like that.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
Ja Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bane missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
For Memphis, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. The tray. And Morant is good for 3. Morant's got 5 points so far.
Oh, Morant sinks the answer with authority. He's feeling the competitive fire after that last tray.
Brooks outside. And another 3 for Houston.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Outside for Jackson from downtown. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Some bigs develop range over time. Jackson, he's been dropping daggers since day 1.
Green draws the double. Pass to Şengün. Looking for Easton. He gets it there. That one goes in.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Warriors. Inside. Here's Edey over Şengün. Edey can't hit. The Rockets trail. Here's Thompson. And he goes big with the dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Morant dishes to Jackson. Outside Jackson. 1:37 left to play here in the first. Here's Bane. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Green. Even dating back to his high school days, Desmond Bane was overlooked as a prospect.
Yeah, he wasn't even ranked by any major recruiting services. That just lets you know that the scouts don't always get it right. Then he fell to the 30th pick in the 2020 draft. He's made a lot of teams regret passing on him.
Thompson outside. Green against Morant. Now Şengün. Still scoreless. Takes it inside, and Şengün throws it down.
And Şengün just charged in there and took what he wanted.
Morant outside. Pass to Edey. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Edey's got 6. And so here is Houston, trailing by 2. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Memphis. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Kept alive. Here's Jackson. No good with the layup.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brooks with a screen on Morant. Brooks against Morant. Back to Green. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Green's got his third basket of the night right there.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses are clicking. We'll be back. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Thompson. And it's Green in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. Not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Here's Eason, following the score by Memphis. Back to Green. Eason with a screen for Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And so here's Memphis, following the score by Houston. Jackson from long range. Thompson with the rebound. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Bane against Şengün. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Just strength from the big man Şengün, pushing through the contact.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Now here's Morant. He has 5. No one covering. Bane's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Quick thinking from Bane there. I like watching him rise up like this off the pass.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
Morant against Thompson. Here's Edey. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Edey's got 8 points. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Green with a screen for Brooks. Back to Green. 1:52 left in the first half of the game. Eason passes to Brooks, and he's good on the 3-ball. Brooks has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
Morant with a wide-open look. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Morant's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies. Here's Green. Here's Eason. Off target with his 3. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Jackson kicks to Morant. Back to Jackson. Down low. Here's Jackson. And another basket for Memphis.
This is what a near 7-footer like Jackson delivers. Tough inside scoring.
Morant's against Green. Green with a screen for Şengün. Pass to Eason. From outside, off the mark. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Jackson misses. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2. Thompson outside. Şengün with a screen on Jackson. Şengün finds Green. Shoots over Morant. The Rockets again can't hit. Outside Jackson. Now here's Morant. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't led. Taking a peek now. Thanks for joining us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So on the floor for Memphis, Brandon Clark is out there with Wells. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And you hear Richard about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high-flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Pass to Landale. Shepard with the ball. Landale with the bucket.
And I like how Shepard keeps things simple. When he notices someone on his team is open, he is more than happy to move the ball.
Now, here's Pippen. Pass to Kennard. A baseline J. Green with the rebound.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Great Kentucky native Reed Shepard followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college year.
How cool was that? His dad, winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
Shepard with the ball. Defended by Pippen. And that one's good, Whitmore.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
To the wing on the left. Clark, the pass to Huff. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Nice shot by Smith.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Inside. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Jeff Green picks one up.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Outside, Green. Out left to the wing. Houston moving it around. Pass to Landale. Back to Whitmore. Fires for three. They grab their own miss. Landale with the bucket.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Here's Wells. Outside for Pippen.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepherd. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
Kennard up top. Whitmore defending. And it's Clark with the jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Houston's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Jalen Green.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Houston's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Smith outside. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but well, he sure muscled that one in.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
To the paint, and it's Clark slamming it down.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's Whitmore. Takes a three. Landale. No good on that one. Memphis leading. Clark finds Kennard. Back to Clark. A floater. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Substitution on the court.
12 seconds left to play in the third. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
And a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we talk a lot about Morant's athleticism and skill, but what stands out for me is his effort and intensity that he plays with.
Outside, Green. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Tari Eason. Brooks is out there with Green. Then it's Alperin Şengün. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. It's the 5 for Houston right now. There's Morant following the score by Houston. With the drive and finished off by Morant.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living. Nice finish. If that doesn't belong in the dunk contest, then I don't know what was. That is an impressive finish there by Green.
To the inside. Edey. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 5th assist in this one. On the wing, Brooks. Guarded by Bain. Brooks dishes to Thompson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Payne for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Drives to the hoop. Oh, he's a high flyer!
That's just filthy.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
The kick out to Bane. To the middle. Morant outside. Back to Bane. 6 on the shot clock. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Thompson outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Bane's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morant surveying the D. Pass to Edey. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Morant kicks to Bane. Morant passes to Jackson. 4 on the clock. Stolen by Brooks.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
Count it.
Love the confidence from Green, showing he's got poise, taking and making big shots.
They set the pick. And it's Morant missing. Rockets leading by 4. Brooks outside. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Şengün. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Rockets lead by 7.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Back to Morant. Now Eason. And an intentional foul right there.
Jackson Jr. First personal foul. First team foul.
Shot from the inbound. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Memphis moving it around.
And look at that work inside. Recognized the mismatch and took advantage.
Houston's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Had it all, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Throws it up high. Yes!
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one
Yeah,
up.
the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And that's an intentional foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
I'm not going to lie, that's big, making all of those, giving them a little bit more breathing room.
Bane sets the screen for Morant. There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Edey. 5 on the clock. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. The wing jumper off target. And he commits the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 9-point ball game here.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game out.
And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Edey, third personal foul, fifth team foul.
Gets the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's post in at center. And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul of the game.
And you hope this early foul doesn't dissuade his aggressiveness.
Now Butler. Lots of room. It's rebounded by Houston.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Screen by Eason. And it's Thompson penetrating.
Oh, my goodness! Disrespectful. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that one's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, the NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Now here's Green. He takes it in and then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
Curry looking it over. There's the screen. Thompson with the block. Here's the three. Sinks the tray. Thompson's got 5 points.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Now here's Curry. And stolen by Green. It's stolen by Green. Moody with it. Checked by Brooks. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now here's Moody. Coming in off 12 points in his last outing. 3 on the clock. Over Green.
Well, it's Green's effort that makes him effective as a defender in addition to his athleticism, but usually he just simply outworks folks.
Thompson with a screen. And there's a 3-second violation. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Jalen Green.
And he's been trending downward in terms of his average points per game, and a number of reasons can lead to this. But he needs to figure out how to get back on track.
Butler, a screen on Brooks. Curry passes to Butler. Up and in on the layup.
Look, Butler will get his shot now, forcing his way inside that time.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me, I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Allie, thank you.
just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
They grab their own miss. Outside for Green. Fires the three, and it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts. Warriors trail by 5. After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Now here's Moody. Pass to post from the high post.
And you see that in building their lead, they've done an impressive job on the defensive glass.
Yeah, you're right. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Thompson passes to Green. And Brooks with a basket on the assist from Green.
Good job by Brooks, getting a close-in look and capitalizing.
Curry, a screen on Green. Here's Moody. And he gets it to go. Moody's got his second bucket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Green against Butler. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Green. 8 points in his last time out. Green, a screen. Clock at 6. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions.
And so it's the Houston Rockets closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They know Curry can go for 50, 60 any night, so they're forcing someone else to beat him. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Rockets.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me, not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Butler, then it's Green, and it's Post in at the center position. Green going right at the rim. Oh, he just jams it right over Stephen Curry.
When Green turns on the speed, watch out. Blew by the defense on the drive that time.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. And that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Outside for Green. The 3 ball. First shot won't go. The Rockets lead by 7. Thompson goes in. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Yeah, I like when Thompson goes in strong like this. We're just forcing the defense to act.
Thompson.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
I love it. In attack mode. Drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Fires in the triple. Moody's got 9.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. Curry from deep three-point land. And the Warriors with another three.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Green finds Brooks. Now here's Şengün. Back to Brooks. Outside, Green. Late clock, Houston's got to hurry. Brooks outside from the arc. Here's Thompson. And here's Green from the arc. Green, money from deep.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Butler against Thompson. Out to the right wing. Here's Post.
2 minutes remaining.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Moody. And it's Thompson penetrating. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
And looking at second chance points last year, here were the teams that did the most damage on the offensive glass. Number 5, the Warriors.
This is a hustle stat. This team pounded the offensive glass, and it shows in their numbers from last year.
Outside Moody. 1:41 left in the first half. Missed inside. Houston leading by 9. Brooks left side. Outside Eason. Let's go with a three. Hauled in by Curry. The Warriors have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Moody misses. Houston has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Three-pointer, Brooks knocks it down from distance. And now a 12-point Houston lead.
Good to see Brooks connecting from three-point land because it helps open up everything else for him and his team.
Here's Moody. And no good. The dry spell continues. Jacks up a three. The offensive rebound. Brooks finds Thompson. Şengün, the screen. Takes the three. He can't hit that time. Warriors trail by 12. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Post gets it to go.
You know, Steph Curry is not always looking for his next shot. He's got a selflessness about him that's inspiring.
Outside, Green. Pass to Brooks. Outside Eason. From downtown. That one no good. And so that's the end of the first half. It's Houston up by 10. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
21.
Thanks for stopping.
Taking a look at Houston. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Rockets. That's it for us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Tate and Smith at the forward spots. Whitmore is out there with Shepard, and it's Adams in at the 5. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Outside Payton. Outside Kuminga. Back to Payton. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Houston.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Out to Hield. Kuminga with a screen on Tate. And he goes in for the dunk.
Where was the defense? Can't allow Hield to get this kind of positioning to throw it down.
You know, to be a high-volume shooter like Buddy Hield, you have to have a lot of self-confidence, Clark.
Well, not just self-confidence, B.A. You better have the ability to knock down shots, and Buddy Hield has that in spades. He can get it done from any direction he needs to, going right, going left, off the catch. He can dribble into the 3 on occasion. That shot he's got is pure.
First one falls for him.
Pajemski taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Here's Shepard. Pass to Smith. Shepard. Great positioning on the putback. Shepard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunity.
And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, B.A.
Hield for 3. Sinks it from distance. Hield's got 5 points.
A very efficient range shooter. You expect Hield to take these shots.
Going inside, and the shot goes. And the Rockets lead by 14.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Golden State is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside Pajemski. Another 3 for Golden State.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Outside Whitmore.
In the third. 2 minutes.
Fires from deep. Pajemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 11. Payton, no good.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
For 3, Smith knocks down the triple.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Pajemski with it. He's against Tate. Outside Hield. Pass to Payton. Launches a 3. That shot off.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
For 3, Smith. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Pass to Tate. Adams, the pass to Tatum. Left side, Whitmore. Smith with it. Back to Whitmore. For 3. Connects from downtown. Whitmore's got 6 here in the quarter.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
And here's Podziemski. 5 points in the game. Knocked away. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And so in the game for the Warriors, Green out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then it's Moody. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. Green against Butler. Green in the post. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Excellent job by Green finishing through that contact.
Curry with it. Now Thompson defending. Butler taking his time here. Butler, a screen on Eason. And it's Green missing.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Green, the pass to Şengün. Up top, Thompson. Moody on the wing. Green covering. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Butler passes to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Brooks outside. Pass to Şengün. Beyond the arc. That one is off. Warriors trail by 14. Outside Butler. Here's Green. Oh! Green dropping the hammer.
Green showing you some real attitude on that throwdown.
Green with the ball. Green picks him up. Outside, Green. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Outside, Green. Şengün, the screen. And Jalen Green with the 3. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, we're seeing validation as to why Green went 2nd overall in the draft. He's got a unique ability to score the ball.
And here's Butler outside. Rebounded by Green. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. The putback.
Fighting to earn the second chance opportunity on the foul shot. This is exactly what coach wants from Şengün.
And here's Curry for 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Green from the arc. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Curry passes to Butler. Back to Curry. To win the run. And it's Butler with the jam.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Rockets.
And, of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will, attack the heart and soul of that defense, and it led to a lot of good looks.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jalen Green.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Golden State. They trail by 18. And stolen by Green. Şengün with it. The three. And Brooks with a basket on the assist by Şengün.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And the three-pointer goes. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Fires from way outside. Houston gets it back. Pass to Green. Six to shoot. Back to Thompson. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team.
opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Now, Golden State's starting five. They've got Moody. Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Post. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
Here's Bane. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Maybe unnecessary to go for the finger roll instead of just laying it in, but it is impressive.
About a minute played so far here in the first. The three. The Warriors pull it in. Their last encounter was in the Bay Area.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those three outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those three guys. That's a great base for the future.
Morant looking around. From past the arc. The rebound by Post. The Warriors have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And he misses the fast break layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Wasted no time on that one. Bane's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, obviously, Bane has the range for this shot. He's not put off by shooting from the corner.
Curry kicks to Green. Pass to Moody. There's the pick. 5 to shoot. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. That 3 off the mark. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Outside Jackson. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well, the threat of Ja scoring really opens up the opportunity for assists.
Curry against Morant. Outside Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 6 points. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Curry, that's good.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach. Now, I asked him who has him worried out there on the floor, and his answer was Draymond Green. He told me he's a high-effort, high-IQ player who can be so effective. Now, right now, our plan is to stay physical with him and not let him dictate the terms out there. Of course, this means a hard-fought contest down low. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Morant. Warriors with the rebound.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
There's 37 seconds left in the first. Now, here's Moody, guarded by Jackson.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
There's the pick. Here's Bane. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Bane with the hops.
Pass to Post. Morant against Curry. Here's Post. He knocks it down, but
NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA replay center, Secaucus, is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yep. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Butler out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Moody. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Butler against Morant. And it's Butler missing. And stolen by Butler. Floats one up in the paint. Butler.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender. Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Morant drives in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And here is Moody. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. It's deflected. Pass to Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
It's Morant with the drive.
And that's a special play coming from one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Outside Jackson. Pass to Bane. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bane's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from Bane. He's become a premier scorer in this league.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Curry passes to Moody. Butler, a screen on Bane. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Bane with the bucket. Bane's got 15 points.
Yeah, Bane is a talented scorer. Not just a perimeter threat, he's also capable of finishing inside.
Here's Butler. Oh! Thrown down by Butler. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Bane gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's the screen. Here's Moody. Takes it inside. And the slam by Moody.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. They trail by 1. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Curry against Bane. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the half. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Jackson. Curry with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Butler. And Butler running the floor.
Yeah, and Butler pretty scary when he gets out in transition.
Morant outside. Banked in off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, you know, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if you can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Yeah, he's high point so far. You see the plays they're running for him? Featured through the half. I expect that to continue.
Taking a closer look. And that's a halftime.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. It's been a clinic out there by Desmond Bane.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Luke Kennard out there with Pippen. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5, down low. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Payton looking around. And the foul called on Brandon Clark. That's his first foul. Stan, I've always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Down low. And Kuminga throws it down.
And not just a scorer. Hield is solid at reading when his guys are open for a look.
Pippen kicks to Kennard. Pass to Clark. Back to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Clark with it. It's stolen by Kuminga. To the paint. Stolen by Pippen. And they're on the break. Here's Clark. And Clark slams it in.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Memphis shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. There's the pick. Here's Podziemski, defended by Pippen. 16 feet away. That misses off the backboard. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Wells. 6 on the shot clock. Clark sets a screen for Wells. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And it's the Warriors' ball. Kuminga sets a screen for Hield. Top of the key, Payton. Hit by Kuminga. From about 16, it's hauled in by Huff. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Now, here's Wells. Not a lot of room. Over Hield. And it falls over the rim and in. Wells has got 5 points in the quarter. The Warriors trailing. Now, Podziemski. He has yet to score. And Kuminga gets it to go. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Tipped away. Pippen, the pass to Wells. Here's Huff. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
There's the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Payton's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Keep everything sharp. Keep the cuts.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Draymond Green is out there. Jimmy Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Moody. And it's Post in at the 5. Green with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Moody. Outside, Green. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Shoots the three.
With all that length, Jackson Jr. can contest and bother shooters whenever they're within 10 feet of him.
Jackson against Curry. Outside for Jackson. Morant outside. To the wing right side. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Yes, that goes in. And that's now 21 points for Desmond Bane.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Back to Moody. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the clock. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
For Golden State, Stephen Curry at the line for 2. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes
Tell
to
what
review the
constituted
play.
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. He challenged his team. He said they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. We'll see if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Bane.
Just look at the body of Bane. He's so strong, and that helps him down low.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to post. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Curry. Six to shoot. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
Here's Jackson with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Post has got 4 rebounds in this game. And so they foul intentionally.
Ja Morant, his 4th personal foul. 14th foul.
Outside Curry. From deep. Wow! Curry automatic from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
It's like reading a picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
And Curry, here we go. Oh, Curry makes it look so easy.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Man, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. It's to Curry. It's up a 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Morant with it. On the wing, Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson kicks to Bain. A three-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Warriors.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Here's Edey, defended by Butler. Here's Edey. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They came. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Greg Anthony, Stan Van.
So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
So the Houston starting five. Amen Thompson out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Alperon Şengün. Then it's Jalen Green. And it's Brooks in at the 2. Now here's Bain. Jackson with a screen on Green. Edey. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Not just a scorer, Bain is willing to set up others and does a very good job of it.
Pass to Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Now here's Morant. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Eason against Jackson. The 3 from Thompson. Memphis with a rebound. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Richard, every team wants three-point shooters and rim protection. Jaren Jackson Jr. gives you both.
Oh, he is the prototypical big man. He's Defensive Player of the Year. He's led the league in blocks on multiple occasions, and he can stretch the floor and shoot threes.
Now here's Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Pass to Şengün. Outside, Green. The 3. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Jackson, coming off a 12-point game. Over Easton. Offensive rebound.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting. Ideal way to start the game. Come out of the gate and knock down all but one of your first 5 shots.
Bain against Green. Pass to Edey. Will it go? And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Eason. Now Brooks. Oh, stolen by Morant. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Here's Wells. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Improving that vision since he came into the league. Bain with a nice dish there.
Green, the pass to Şengün. Here's Easton. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Easton's got 5 now.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Outside for Morant. Off target from outside. The Rockets lead by 5. Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Now here's Thompson. His last outing, he had 24 points. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Oh, Brooks with the steal. To the left wing. And there's the screen. Outside for Green. Misses the 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach for a minute. We talked about how Alperon Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game. And if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Rockets ball.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter here. Over to the left wing. Here's Easton. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. 7 points in the game.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Outside for Morant. And he drives in. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jackson. And another miss by Memphis.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Thompson passes to Green. Şengün a screen on Morant. And here's Green from the arc. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Houston Rockets closing out. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Oh, Jalen Green with the sweet stroke.
For Jalen Green to be an all-star level guy, he's got to knock down those threes.
And Richard, the former 2nd overall pick in 2021, we all see the potential for Jalen Green.
When you see the physical ability combined with his shooting range, he's got a chance to be one of the top scorers in this league.
Now here's Morant. The 3 from Bane. And he buries his first look.
Quick thinking from Bane there. I like watching him rise up like this off the pass.
Green up top, pounded by Morant. Eason, the rebound by Edey. Edey's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Jackson. That one drops for him.
A tough cover. Jackson has a ton of post work. He can go over either shoulder or face up.
Pass to Thompson. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Grizzlies trail by 4. Left side, Morant. Thompson pulls it in.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Here's Bane. After the basket by Houston. Tries again. Outside for Morant. Jackson with a screen on Thompson. Yes! A Morant 3!
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Houston leading by 3. Brooks the screen on Morant. Green the pass to Brooks. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Brooks has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
And there's a pick. Thompson against Morant. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie.
Oh, Amen Thompson. Incredible verticality.
On the wing, Bane. Green covering. Lets it go from deep. Bane, no good. The Rockets lead by 8. Pass to Eason from deep 3-point land. And that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one. Morant surveying the floor to stop the run, and he hits the jumper. Morant's got 5 points.
We see a lot of this. Morant being aggressive.
On the wing, Brooks. Back to Green. Pass to Eason. Here's Thompson. And stolen by Bain. Knocks it loose. Down low. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
Brooks, the pass to Green. Off the mark there with a three. Grizzlies trail by 7. A good look from Bain. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. 5 points in the game.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Green, the pass to Şengün. Buries it from 3.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Outside Bain. Morant with a screen on Green. The drive by Bain. Eason with room. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Houston finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be back in a moment.
For the Knicks, they'll be up against the Pacers in Indianapolis. That one gets started at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Where's the...
Thanks for joining us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You gotta like what we're seeing from Tari Eason.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Kick it off the second half. Here's Ime Udoka's 5. Jock Landale is out there with Green. Then there's Whitmore. Then it's Smith. And it's Shepard in the point guard.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
And I like his belief in his game. Go at the taller defender, make him react to you.
First team foul.
And here are the Rockets now. Left side, Whitmore. Here's Landale. Three-pointer off the mark. Grizzlies trail by 6. Here's Pippen. High post Clark. Jackson with a screen on Green. Pippen pass to Kennard. No good from outside.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Landale. Here's Pippen. Still no points. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Showing the numbers from last NBA season, the leaders in team steals. The 4th spot held by the Grizzlies.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities or steals.
Good on the second one. Houston leading by 5. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers. Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Here's Pippen. And he lobs it up top. Oh, Clark with the slam.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. Got a piece of it. And they recover it. Kennard outside. Inside. Another shot. Pass to Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Landale. Houston in the lead. The three, Smith. He buries it from three. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Oh, Clark with the slam.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. Smith outside. Back to Whitmore. Smith outside. Green, the pass to Smith. Fires the three. Kept alive. It's good on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Nice persistence on the glass. Whitmore using his athleticism right there.
Kennard outside. Throws it up high. It's stolen. Smith outside. From outside, off the mark. The Grizzlies have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you'd never understand. Yeah.
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. The Rockets lead by 9. Green finds Smith. Houston with another miss.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Green. And Clark with a block. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. There's 25 seconds left in the third. On target from range.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Pass to Smith. Outside Whitmore. From behind the arc. Drops in the three. Whitmore's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Stevens. Kicks it out to Kennard. That'll count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Morant. 3-pointer. Oh, Ja Morant, right back at you.
The competitive fire of Morant matching the 3 on the other end.
Green against Morant. Here's Easton. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Payne who brings up the ball for Memphis. They trail by 9. Stolen by Thompson. Green, the pass to Şengün. Now here's Eason. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Morant with it, working on Thompson. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Okay, I see you, Ja, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
Green, the pass to Eason. Houston with another miss. Grizzlies trail by 7. Payne finds Morant. Here's Wells. Pass to Payne. Jackson Jackson with a screen on Eason. Clock at 4. Edey for 3. It's hauled in by Houston. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Oh, there's the alley. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Now here's Green. Pass to Eason. Lets the 3 fly. Good. And the assist goes to Şengün. Şengün's got assist number 5 here tonight.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul of the game.
Turnovers happen. It's part of the game. But kudos to him. That's his first of the night.
We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Morant. Pass to Edey. Fires for 3. Drills it from deep.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Outside for Green. And here's Brooks. Back to Green. Now here's Brooks. Eason, pass to Thompson. 4-3. That's good from Eason. On the assist by Thompson. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
On the wing, Brooks. Outside, Green. That 3's off the mark.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
From deep, Morant knocks down the long J. Morant's got 8 points here in the quarter.
As Ja gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
And it's Eason with the 3. Eason's got 19 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Edey. Shoots over Şengün. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Rockets.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Alperen Şengün.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today. Made great reads and distributed the ball accordingly.
And Houston has possession. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
And guys, that's gotta be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Here's Edey. Puts up a 3. Offensive board. Stolen by Thompson. And so they foul intentionally.
Man, you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Now here's Şengün. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard.
2K. Sports. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Draymond Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here's the starting group for Houston. We've got Thompson, Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks, and it's Green in at the 1. And for the Warriors, we've got Green. Moses Moody is out there with Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the center, locking down the middle. Shot clock at 6. And Butler launches from deep. Post misses the shot.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Brooks, the pass to Green. A 3. And Moody pulls it down. Green drives in. And then jammed down as he goes wide open. Jalen Green.
Draymond Green's going to be very excited about that play.
And Thompson kicks to Green. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Butler with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Moody. Misses the 3. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, is probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
And once he gets going, Green is a load to stop. Long, athletic, with a terrific handle.
Butler feeling out a bit. Curry against Brooks. They set the screen for the 3. Curry can't get it to go. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Şengün passes to Eason. Outside, Green gets it to go from beyond the arc. Green's got 5.
And that was from another zip code. Green looking absolutely fearless there.
Curry fires from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And once Green gets the ball there, not much you can do defensively.
Green, the pass to Moody. Back to Green. Moody with it. 12 points his last outing. Butler on the way. Pass to Moody. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Over Eason. And it's Butler missing. Houston in the lead. Brooks outside. In the corner, it's Eason. And it's off from three-point range. When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpie's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. And it's in there.
Swift movements from Curry. The moment that opening was there, he was in it.
For Houston, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Now, here's Green. 9 points in the game so far. Eason down low. Defended by Moody. Shot by Eason, no good. Takes the 3. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Butler. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors. 2-second difference between shot clock and game ball. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The shot. Brooks with the bucket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Curry looking around. In the corner, Moody with it. 1 second left. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
They've got Curry, Butler out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And it's Green with the jam.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
Here's Curry. Brooks grabs the board.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Green finds Brooks. Here we are, Greg, in game 1 of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Now here's Brooks. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Şengün with a screen on Green. Eason passes to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Driving inside. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Curry on the wing. Brooks covering. Pass to Post. And good that time.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
Now here's Green. Outside Butler. Shoots. Moody's shot is off.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Curry against Green. Pass to Şengün. And stolen by Butler. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. They get it back. Green. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go.
2 minutes.
Shots good by Green. Green's got 13 points.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Curry against Brooks. Pass to post. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Thompson with the rebound. Rockets leading by 5. Brooks outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And the toughness of Brooks on display, not fearing contact when he's looking to score inside.
Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Beeson finds Thompson. Green with a screen on Butler. Green taking his time here. The Rockets again can't hit.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And it's Green with the jam.
If he can get his steps together, Draymond Green will throw it down.
Brooks outside. Outside, Green. Brooks against Curry. Green with a screen for Brooks. To the right side. This one for 3. Shot by Eason, no good. Warriors trail by 4. Curry with a wide open look. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. He's got 11.
First 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Brooks for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets, thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big.
Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots.
Thanks for spending half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. The front court is Tate and Smith. Shepard out there with Whitmore. And it's Adams, and it's center. Hield can't hit. Houston in the lead. Lets a floater go. Shepard, that's good.
From what I've seen, Shepard would rather shoot from distance, but he trusted himself inside that time.
Over in the corner, Kuminga. Out to Payton. Golden State moving it around. Pass to Hield. Here's the 3. Connects from three-point range. Hield's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Hield can make a living out there from behind the arc. Doesn't need a lot of room to get his shot off, and he drains that one with ease.
In the corner, it's Whitmore. Smith sets the pick for Whitmore. Now Tate. Smith for three. Good on the three-point shot. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
On the wing, Heel. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Here's Payton. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
Here's Smith, and he banks in the layup. Smith's got the lead up to 6 now for Houston.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Here's Podziemski. Can't cash in from close range.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Adams outside. And Adams with the slam.
Well, that frame and strength, I think, sometimes will scare guys off. He gets right to the rim.
Here's Podziemski. No scoring in this one. Payton with the screen. Over Shepard. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Payton.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to Whitmore.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Off target at the rim. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Payton surveying the floor. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Reed Shepard.
Yeah, he's a small guy out there. At least it feels that way, but GP2 can finish like he's a 7-footer.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
The rebound by Steven Adams. Houston leading by 7. Smith kicks to Adams. Fires the 3. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Adams. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to talk to his guys. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. The Warriors, 4th.
Well, last year these guys were coached to share the basketball, keep making the extra pass until someone got a good look. They always talk about good to great. They're a prime example.
Outside, Payton. From outside the arc. Rebound by Smith. Houston's gotten the 3 ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. And it's Shepard missing. Warriors trail by 10. And the Warriors miss again. Rockets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Here's Whitmore. He's defended by Podziemski. And it's Smith missing. Now Jackson Davis. Scoreless thus far. Podziemski finds Jackson Davis.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And so it's Houston in the drive. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter Moses Moody is out there with Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's Butler. And it's Post in at the 5. Down low. That's the Warriors' 5. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Shepherd. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Shepherd's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets. They kick it out to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And they pick up 2. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Well, Adams back in the paint. That's where he lives.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepherd. That'll be his second foul of the game. So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. Brooks against Curry. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. There's the drive. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Just another day at the office for Steph Curry, making this look easy.
Green passes to Şengün. Brooks up on top. Houston moving it around. Tries again. Right wing. Eason gets a wide open look. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Eason's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Stolen by Thompson. Brooks with it. And Curry picks him up defensively, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Curry way outside, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
They kick it out to Green. Butler with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. They get it back. Curry on the wing. Brooks covering. Pass to Post. 4 on the shot clock. Butler from outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Thompson throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Curry against Brooks.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And here is Curry, and he uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got 20.
This is just not a surprise. Steph Curry is having a massive offensive game.
Şengün kicks to Green.
Whoa, a solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Curry. Curry gets it to go inside.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Şengün with a screen on Butler. Şengün passes to Brooks. Outside, Green deflects the pass. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Coast to coast there. Jimmy Butler, one of the premier two-way players in the league.
And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:14 left here in the 4th quarter. Brooks misses. Warriors trail by 9. Outside Curry. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
1:03 left to play in the final quarter. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Curry buries the 3-shot.
You know he's going to have the ball, and then you feel he's going to come through. He did it there.
Brooks dishes to Thompson. Pass to Şengün. Brooks against Curry. Jacks up a three. Dylan Brooks, and that's good.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And so Brooks will bring it up for Houston. They've led by as many as 14 points. They get it again. Here's Şengün. Draymond Green with the rebound. I'm just not sure they have the time to pull this one off.
No doubt the clock is their biggest enemy right now. It just about take a magic trick for them to find the points they need.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA present.
And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Santi Aldama.
I don't think anyone expected to see his production drop off the way it has over the last few games. But I have to credit the defenses he's been facing. They've done their homework, and they're finding ways to hold him down. And now he needs to find new ways to beat them.
And here's Memphis' starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the 3. And for the Warriors, we've got Butler. Stephen Curry is out there with Moody. Then it's Green, and it's Post in at the 5. Here's Curry after the basket by Memphis. Tipped. Up top, Bane. Moody defends. Bane, the pass to Wells. Back to Bane. There's the triple. Outside for Morant. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up with it again. Wells misses.
Not exactly what they're looking for out of the gates. Just 1 of 4 shooting.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Kicks it out to Jackson. He buries it from 3.
Wow, Jackson Jr. lightning quick.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. To the right side. Back to Moody. Out to the right wing. Outside Curry. There's the 3. Curry with another miss.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Bane against Green. Pass to Wells. And here's Jackson. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Jackson's got 5 points.
Yeah, good touch from Jackson Jr. Ready to score inside when given these opportunities.
Here's Curry. Gets a very good look and converts.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
And you know you're always going to see some highlights when Morant is on the court. I mean, he loves to use that incredible 44-inch vertical.
Memphis leading by 7. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
And Allie, thank you for that. Fires in the triple. Stand 2 of the greatest words in all of sports. Opening day.
Absolutely, Brian. Everybody's undefeated, everybody's optimistic, and everybody is eager to get going, whether you're playing or the guy on the sidelines drawing up plays. You know why Morant makes those dunks look so easy? He's got a 44-inch vertical. That's unbelievable.
Now here's Butler. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The 3 is up. And the Warriors with another 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Morant against Butler. Back to Morant. Throws it up high, and they get it back. Here's Edey, and he jams it home with authority.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of them.
Yeah, you can tell Curry knows the angles, smartly setting up another guy.
Butler against Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Hey, when in doubt,
Run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Curry gets the bucket.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
Bane against Curry. Pass to Edey. From deep. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Memphis ahead, leading by 5. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Memphis.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
On the court for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Well, this is Morant at his very best. His teammates need to just continue getting him the ball and letting him do his thing.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Edey. Off the inbound pass. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And in their last game against this club, turnovers really were a problem for them.
Yeah, taking care of the ball has to be their #1 priority. But they also have to stay aggressive. You have to strike a good balance.
Oh, it's stolen away. And the Warriors pushing it up now. And it's Butler who slams it down.
There's that fiery attitude of Butler showing up the defense.
Here's Wells. Moody defends. Wells, that's good. Wells has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back.
One thing they've been able to do in the first half is control the ball. They've given it up only once.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
From deep, Bane. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Well, if you went into the lab and created the perfect wing, it might be Desmond Bane, coach.
Well, Brian, this guy's so strong. He can guard bigger guys, and his three-point numbers are crazy. Desmond Bane well over a 40% three-point shooter for his career.
Morant, no good. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Butler. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
And, Coach, when we get to the playoffs, Jimmy Butler plays his best basketball.
Well, Brian, look, it's tangible. You see his numbers go up in the postseason. Butler's been the #1 option on multiple finals teams. That puts him in rare company.
Morant against Butler. Pass to Wells. No one near him. Here's Edey. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Post. The kick out, Curry. Easy money for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, most of the time you assume Curry's 3-ball is falling. That's how good he is.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Outside for Morant.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left to play in the half. Edey for 3. They get it back. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a 3-point play. That's on Jimmy Butler. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening. And Coach Coach, you took the Magic to the 2009 NBA Finals. Give us an idea of the different kind of pressure that exists in the finals.
Well, I didn't really feel as much pressure, but at the end of it, it was excruciating to get that close and to have a chance and then to lose in 5 games. Like, you know, even then going through it, that it's going to be hard to get another chance at it. So I would just sum it up and say excruciating.
Pass to Green, 5 on the clock. Green able to hit from 3.
A pleasant surprise from Draymond there. I mean, I love when he looks for his offense.
Outside Morant.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Well, Morant is so athletic, and he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
Here's Post. No points so far. Butler taking his time here. That misses. Had a chance to tie it.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. And it's Butler with the jam.
Yeah, and Butler pretty scary when he gets out in transition.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Pass to Morant. On the wing, Bane. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Grizzlies up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hello,
this is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella. No.
Now let's take a moment. Thanks as always.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Buddy Hield. Then there's Gary Payton II. And it's Pajemski in at the 1. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Hield up top. For the lead. Pure from three-point range. Hield's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Pippen driving to the basket.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Pippen, defended by Pajemski. Pippen, pass to Kennard. Clark with a screen on Payton. Here's Kennard. Tries to save it. Here's Stevens. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Stevens has gotten his first points in this one. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Payton. 4-3. And the Warriors with another 3.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Here's Stevens into the lane. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Outside Pajemski. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. He gets it in there. And now a 4-point Warrior lead.
More than just a score. Hield moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Kennard for three. The Warriors pull it in. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Jackson against Kuminga.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. Pass to Jackson Davis. Goes up from the top of the key, and it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. And the Warriors lead by 6.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Clark with a screen on Kuminga to the paint. And the Warriors pushing it up now. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And he makes both free throws. A minute 20 left to play in the third quarter. Pajemski with it. He's got 6. Three-pointer.
Grizzlies foul. Lamar Stevens. First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Grizzlies. On the wing, Payton. Defended by Kennard. Clock at 6. Here's Pajemski. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that's rebounding.
Clark with the screen. Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. The Warriors lead by 4. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Jackson Davis. Here's Pajemski. Offline with a 3. Clark in the post. Jackson Davis on it. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Usually just seen as a knockdown shooter, Kennard has good instincts as a passer as well.
Jackson Davis, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? The War. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. Head coach of the Grizzlies had some words for his team over the break. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, you can win this game. Believe in yourselves. Battle to the end. Honestly, guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
Okay, thanks, Allie. On the court for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the small forward position. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep, and until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Outside Moody. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Wells, the pass to Jackson. Left side, Morant. Morant with the close range bucket.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Now here's Moody. And he jams it home with authority.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play, and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Bain with the hops.
Curry against Morant. Lets the three fly, and Curry is good for three.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
The three from Curry. Oh, ho, ho! Curry showing off the range.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust. I have no clue why he pulled up from there. At this point in the game, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Pass to Green. Draymond! Oh, such a force inside.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Out to the right wing. Here's Edey. Rebounded by Butler. And it's Butler with the ball for the Warriors. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Team's fourth.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And here's Green from the arc. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. The three is up. They get it back. And he goes in for the dunk.
Making the most of the second chance opportunity.
Hey, the hustle is real, and the hustle is rewarded. The Warriors lead by 9. Outside Curry. There's 1:34 left in the fourth quarter. No good on the shot. Memphis has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. From the wing. Out left to the wing. Edey for 3. Drops in the 3. And he's now got the double-double.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Post shot, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And it's Morant missing. The Warriors have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Butler on the wing, guarded by Bain. Butler's shot is good.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Green. Just 5 on the clock. Hits the trifecta.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
So Golden State takes this one. And by it, thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Alongside Stan Van Gundy.